effing car payment on groceries.
I don't see how a family can make it now with just one of the parents working. I mean, there's just no way. Everything's expensive, and not only groceries, but housing and rent and gas, and I mean, it's just insane.
The milk is $7 a gallon, and my kid drinks 3 gallons a week. That's $20. How the I barely get any food, and it's $73. Like, what am I gonna do?
So here's a digital tag. These prices can change at a moment's notice.
Wow.
And they do throughout the day. Every single one has been changed to a digital tag. So these prices will go up 3 or 5 cents depending on what time of day it is. And they'll go up when more people are here shopping, and they'll go down when fewer people are here.
Look at this. This is $320 worth of groceries, okay? Okay, meat's all in that bag right there. I'm used to spending $150 at Aldi's. This $300 is not cutting it. These prices are not cutting it.
Hey, what's up, America? I'm here at a Walmart, and I want to show you the electronic pricing tags that can change prices based on surge pricing. So as you know, a lot of places are starting to replace actual paper tags with digital tags. Here at the Walmart by me, they're doing that now. So let me show you what these look like, and let me show you the difference. So here's a digital tag. These prices can change at a moment's notice.
Wow.
And they do throughout the day. Every single one has been changed to a digital tag. So these prices will go up 3 or 5 cents depending on what time of day it is. And they'll go up when more people are here shopping, and they'll go down when fewer people are here. So let me show you the difference. Here's an actual tag, and then here's the digital tag. See, they look identical, but this one is a digital tag. You can even see here behind the glass. So this is happening at every Walmart across the country, and this will be happening at every grocery store across the country at some point. They can literally take these prices and change them up and down a couple of cents throughout the day and make millions. And then they'll incrementally raise them so it'll always be higher. See, look at these prices. These prices are indicating that they've raised them and lowered them slightly throughout the day. And they have. There's videos online showing these prices changing. And they're also planning on using your phone data to change the prices as you're perusing.
That is insane. Did you know about this? I had no clue. Like, I've never seen those digital tags in my Walmart or any of the grocery stores, but it's scary. Not just the fact, I mean, the tags being digital isn't scary. What I think is the to me, like, the potentially, the part that's kind of jaw-dropping is the fact that they could change the prices on the fly, and that they could change essentially based on the person. Like, based on you and your buying habits, when you get ready to ring up your price, it may be completely different from somebody else. Like, that to me is wild. Now, I don't know how long it would actually take for all stores, all grocery stores across the nation to implement something like this. This may be like the hub for them doing like a beta test, testing this out. But man, I would hate to be, in that area where they're beta testing this thing out, and your prices are changing multiple times throughout the day based on the time of day, based on who coming in, based on what factors you don't even know. This is insane. And I definitely hope that this does not get adopted. I prefer, the manual aspect of doing it. Why? Because when it's a manual, a person involved, it's going to be a little bit slower to come about with them changes, man. But if everything get digital with the swipe of a keyboard or with the swipe of a button or the click of a button, man, everything could change. And that right there is a tad bit scary, I can't believe this. I can't believe it, man. What are your thoughts on these digital price tags that are fluid and can change at a moment's notice?
Bro, I'm not gonna make it in this world because, tell me why I just went to Kroger's and got groceries. I just got paid today. My fucking paycheck. And I spent $73 on popcorn, crackers, Cheez-Its, milk, ranch dressing, tomatoes. Just basic shit, man. Like fucking Cheez-Its and a box of crackers was $5 a piece. The ranch dressing was $5. The tomatoes was worth $4. Like, the milk is gallon and my kid drinks 3 gallons a week. That's $20. Like, how the did I barely get any food and it's $73? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Hey, y'all. First and foremost, let's talk about it. Piercings, and more piercings again. Piercing on the lip, piercing in the ears, piercing all over above the lip. My goodness. But let's talk about the issue at hand. Yes, it's mighty expensive, but I think really where the emotion is coming from, I don't know if you caught it, but she said that was her last check. Now that's when it hurts, is when it's your last check and you go to the store and you drop 75. We don't know how much that check was, but 75 is a nice little bit of amount for you to drop. And then when she started naming off the stuff that she dropped, I really hope that she had already previously went grocery store shopping for the actual food, because there was nothing but a bunch of snacks on there. So if that was like the last meal from your last paycheck, then we got to bring up a whole nother question, which is, why did you spend $75 on those things? Especially when she mentioned she got a kid too. So it's one of those instances where I definitely feel for the young lady. Hope she's able to find another job. But man, oh man, if that was her last paycheck for she don't know when, and that was the last amount of groceries that she could buy until she could find another job, you gotta question, why did you spend it on those snacks? And I'm somebody that loves snacks. But if I'm down bad and I'm just lost my job and I gotta make money last, I gotta stretch it, I gotta put food in the house that me and my child need, then I ain't about to be balling out of control and buying a whole bunch of junk food. But that's just me. It's not time to go on a junk food binge. Not that time. But that's just me.
Is $300 a week for a family of 4 normal? Like, look at this. This is $320 worth of groceries, okay? Okay, meat's all in that bag right there. I'm used to spending $150 at Aldi's. I moved to West Texas, so no more Aldi's. What are you spending weekly for your family? Because this $300 is not cutting it. These prices are not cutting it. What are you spending weekly for your family?
That's a great question, because I just did another video where a lady was saying that she was spending for a family of 4 $200. So where you're located or the grocery store that you're shopping at, it definitely plays a role. And yeah, 2 to 300 is quite a bit, right? I'm sure most American families are probably used to spending around $100 to $150 a week in groceries, assuming you got that many people in your household. And yeah, that can be expensive. And it goes back to something I mentioned in that last video, which is why this becomes such of a crisis for so many Americans isn't just because the price is going up, but it's because they don't have a budget to begin with. So they don't even know how to make adjustments to be able to weather this storm when those prices do increase. But yeah, I would be curious to know, how much are you spending on your groceries every week?
I just dropped an effing car payment on groceries because I refuse to stuff my kids full of processed trash and pesticides. It is so unbelievably, stupidly expensive to buy organic whole foods at the grocery store. Organic whole foods should be the cheapest thing you can buy in the grocery store. It should not cost several $100s to feed my kids fruits, vegetables, and meat that is not stuffed full of shit. If I went in there and I just got the cheapest, trashiest chips and Pop-Tarts and donuts, the low quality ground beef and all the other trash that's packed full of trash, my bill would have been probably $200 cheaper. This doesn't tell you that the government is working against us. You're an idiot. But I have to keep telling myself that money is a lot easier to recoup than our health, than our children's health. We're doing what we gotta do. But my pockets hurt. Oh.
I find it to be so interesting, right? When you compare this lady to the previous lady, right? A woman who was saying that, hey, she was shopping at Aldi's, clearly being more conscious about her spending. But then you have somebody on the opposite side of the spectrum. They are spending more money for the organic because, like she mentioned, she wants to put more healthier products into her body without the pesticides and all of that. We get it, right? And yeah, it's always the woulda, coulda, shouldas, man. Things should always, if we had it our way, be cheaper or cost nothing. But let's be honest, We live in a capitalistic society. We live in a society of consumers. So one of the things that we have to do is, if we have a true big problem with it, is instead of taking to the internet and complaining about it, how about we figure out if there's a way that we could actually solve the problem? And I know some people are probably going to kick back on it. I don't care. That's what the comment sections is for. Give it to me. I don't care, because we got to be honest. If it's that big of an issue, why don't you figure out a way that maybe you can start a garden, or maybe you can start a neighborhood or a community garden? That's one way, since you love the organic stuff, if your HOA home association will allow you to do that, But it's so interesting because out of one breath, she is complaining, but then she also has an understanding that, hey, she has made a conscious choice to spend more for the health of her and her children. So let's just keep it a buck. If you make a decision to spend more, you're making a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Do we want it to be this expensive? No. But at the end of the day, it's only one or two things that we can do. Is we can starve, go hungry, and not pay the prices, or we can figure out a way to do what? To be able to lower that cost or make it way more affordable for us. Instead of waiting for the government to do it, is there some way that we can increase our income? Is there a side hustle? Is there a business that you can start? Is there something that you can do to increase your income? And I know people don't ever want to hear that part. They just want to hear it's the government's fault. Let's just, it's their fault. The prices shouldn't be high. Yeah, but guess what? Some things are out of your control, and clearly we don't have any control for the most part over how much the groceries are. So is it a reality that a lot of people are suffering? Yes, but that does not mean that we don't have the ability to seek solutions to help us to curb and to solve these problems in the interim. That's my only gripe is, yes, there's an issue, but what are we doing to solve it or look for a solution?
Why are groceries so expensive? I just stopped on my way home from work to get something for tonight, and my God, it was like over $40. It's insane. Like, I think about my kids when they were growing up. We had 4. So to feed a family of 6, I would go to the grocery store. I might have spent $120 for the whole week. Wow. And that would feed all 6 of us. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. And now I can't even get out just for supper for over $40. Yep. It's insane to me. I was a stay-at-home mom, and my husband worked at the time, and we were good. I mean, the kids were fed, they had clothes on their backs. There's no way, I don't see how a family can make it now with just one of the parents working. I mean, there's just no way. Everything's expensive, and not only groceries, but housing and rent and gas, and I mean, it's just insane. And something needs to get done about it, because I don't know how much longer people can go like this. Thank God I've got a pretty good job where I can afford groceries, but I know there are people struggling right now, and it's awful, and things need to get lower, or this whole economy is just going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, spot on. Like, she gave us the number that I was looking for before, which is, like, what were people typically paying? And now it's beyond a family of 4. We're talking about she was feeding a family of 6 for $120. Yeah, those days, man, we haven't seen those days in some time. And the sad reality is, one thing that is always predictable is that price is going to increase. And I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but if we can recognize that prices always tend to go up over a period of time, and very rarely, if ever, do they go down, we should shift our mindset to what can we do within our control to ensure that we can handle these price increases. That's why budgeting is important. That's why seeking out a way to develop skills and to ensure that you have the ability to generate enough income where you can cover basic expenses, even if they do increase. But I get it. Everybody is not in that position for one reason or another. But at the end of the day, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that we have a lot more power than we realize in regards to changing our thinking, changing our mindset, and changing our approach to how we solve this problem, at least for ourselves and our family. Now, let's keep it a buck. Most people are not going to do that. Most people just want to take to the internet and complain about the prices. That's real. I get it. I acknowledge it. I don't ignore it. I don't. Let's be clear. I'm not ignoring that fact. But I am a person that is solution oriented. When I see that something is costing me more or something is becoming a challenge, it's not, oh my God, what do I do? And I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. That may be an instant that you get that feeling, but then you got to rise to the occasion and say, okay, let's pull out the drawing board. Let's pull out the whiteboard. How can we strategize? How can I budget? How can I cut back? What can I do? Is there some way that I can increase my income? Is there something that I can do within my control that is already available for me? That there is no cap, there is no limitation, there is no gatekeeping that's going to prevent me from being able to take control of this situation for me and my household. The people that do that, they recognize the situation that a lot of Americans are in, but they're not struggling to the same degree. And I truly believe that a lot of it comes down to the way that they think, the way that they strategize, the way that they plan, and the way that they are willing to take actions when they find solutions that can solve these chaotic problems. That's just my piece. That's my 2 cents. Whether you accept it or reject it, that's on you. This is a wonderful, wonderful place. You ain't got to subscribe while you're here, but I hope if you enjoyed it, you will watch the next video, which is on your screen somewhere. Click it, enjoy it. We'll have some more fun. Until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.